Hi, Sonia here with your intuitive tip of the week. And this week I'm sharing with you my 3 fundamental tools that I use every single day to connect me to my spirit, help me connect and trust my intuition, and have a life that is spirited instead of spiritual, because they're 2 different things. So the first thing that I'm going to say is that it's really important for us to have a spiritual routine. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. You brush your teeth every single day. And that's sort of like the same thing that of like how we want to approach our routine. For me, I love brushing my teeth. My boyfriend actually like loves brushing his teeth, and like has has inspired me to even brush my teeth even more, because it always feels nice to have those like clean, slick teeth. Anyway, I digress. But in that same way of when we take care of our bodies, when we take care of our spirits, the more that we can connect to the present moment, the more that we can be guidable, the more that we can have fun with it. So let's get down to brass tacks. So the very first thing that I do every single morning, no matter what, before I even open my little eyes, is I put one hand on my heart and one hand on my belly and take a few deep breaths. And the reason why I do that and why it's so important is because it helps to anchor me into my own unique vibration before the day starts. You know, our own spirit has its own unique frequency. And when we're in and around other people, a lot of times it can be hard to connect to or feel. If I'm not connected, like for example, the other day, I didn't do my like little spiritual watering routine. And then I found myself way overgiving. I was on the phone with a lot of people who weren't actually having conversations with me, but dumping on me. I did a lot more chores or like around the house that like then made me feel mad at my boyfriend. And then I ended up having a bit of a meltdown. And then I looked back and I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't being sensitive to myself. Like I wasn't paying attention to my spirit or my body or any part of myself. So one, anchor it in. Use it all the time. I use it all the time. I use it throughout my day. It is a very simple but very, very, very powerful tool. Because if your intellect's talking a lot, you can do that hand on your heart, hand on your belly, and everything will start to quiet down. My unique vibration, sensitive to me. The second thing that I do every day, or really try to do every day, is I don't pick up my phone and I go directly to my living room and I meditate. And I meditate for 10 to 15 minutes. And when I do that, I use it as a way to listen deeply. So one thing that I like to do is a lot of times listen to the birds, or even that same hand on my heart, hand on my belly, to try and anchor. Recently though, my mind has been a lot more busy, so I've actually been practicing mantra-based meditation. There's a really great free app called Insight that has tons of guided meditations that you can use. Also, if you haven't already, I have my own little spiritual toolkit that has a workbook with lots of tools that you can use and a guided meditation. So that is also a really beautiful way to help you anchor in and create more space for listening. Because as I've talked about so many times, intuition is really just the act of deep listening, but not to words, to vibration. And we don't listen to it here, we listen to it here. The third thing that I do every morning, I am a touch ADD and a touch OCD. Anything that can get into like my purview can sometimes become the most important thing. I have a very patient boyfriend. Getting out the door is oftentimes a longer process than anticipated. But so I go to my yoga mat and put on some music and stretch. And for a while, I would do my hand on my heart, hand on my belly, and then do my little meditation. And then I would be like, I'm going to unload the dishwasher first. And then I'll do my stretching. But I found that as soon as I like looked at my phone or even unloaded the dishwasher, decided to clean the kitchen, because that's like the first thing that I do, or the house, I oftentimes would find that I totally bailed on stretching. And you don't have to have it doesn't have to be a big thing. For me, it can just be a few minutes of just like even listening to some music, some gentle music, and just having a practice of getting into my body. Intuition lives in our bodies. We have to be movable. We have to be guidable. And in order to do that, we have to have an intention to connect. Our world, especially right now, like we're so much on our phones and our computers that we don't pay attention and like really make it a moment to recognize like this is our spirit lives. This is like its house. And when we can pay attention and like love on its house and like, it's like it's just like you would do beautiful things to your home, do beautiful things, say beautiful things to your body, be nice to it, move, pay like, and just feel it and have it be a moment of gratitude. For me, it's not like a workout. It's like, oh, I love my body. And so you can find your own little way to do that, whether it's stretching or moving or anything, just even giving yourself some love. So that is my foundation routine. And sometimes I'm not perfect, but I feel a huge difference. Like I was saying, it's night and day. And sometimes just like I don't want to get out of bed, I'd rather look at my phone and watch TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. But I notice that the first thing that it does is anchor, or the news, which is always so intense, is it pulls my attention out of my body instead of here. So that's my spiritual routine. What is yours? Tell me what your favorite tools are to help you connect. And as always, get some support. Download my free intuitive toolkit. It's filled with a workbook that I love, filled with stuff that I use, a guided meditation that you can use in the morning. And also check out my podcast. It's all related. It's a podcast with my mom and my sister, and we talk about living an intuitively guided life. It is so fun. So tell me in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm sending you all my love. Bye.